This is Marty with Marty's Diesel, and I would like to go through and do a updated install video for our most recent updates on our E Fuel conversion kit. I'm going to start actually right here with the selector valve fittings. As you can see, we tied right into the factory selector valve fittings with our adapters that we supply. This particular bracket had to be mounted on the outside of the frame rail because the guy has an onboard air system, and you can see on our bracket we mounted it on the outboard mounting bracket holes because we want to miss the emergency brake cable that runs right along the frame right here. If you were mounting it on the inside of the frame rail, you could actually use this mounting hole that's a little bit closer. Let me move on to the outside. This particular customer wanted to do the long fleet guard filters. We also offer cat and shorter fleet guard filters and Napa/Wix filters that are shorter and a long version of them as well. This particular fuel kit needed to have a 90-degree fitting in order to get from the selector valve to the inlet of the first fuel filter. Trying to get it to zoom in here. The outlet of the second filter also required a 90 in this particular application so that we could get it back inside of the frame rail. We have this thing mounted as high as we possibly can. It is literally touching the bottom of the cab. On our fuel systems in the past probably 8 months or so, we started including this electrical plug. The electrical plug is so that if you want to remove this fuel pump assembly from your truck, it only takes literally 2 adjustable wrenches to get it off the truck so that you can work on it on a workbench or maybe the tailgate. I think that's everything for down here. I'm going to pause the video and go up top. So the forward line from the fuel pump assembly itself comes all the way up and goes to our fuel pump replacement fitting, where it feeds the back of the heads using the factory hard lines that are there in the back. Really the hardest part of this entire install is getting that banjo bolt off of the factory fuel pump there in the back. You'll notice that we include a bolt as well as the adapter fittings in order to run the line all the way back to your selector valve. This particular install, we had plenty of room in the valley, so what we did is we used the factory full body style lines to go directly into each side of the regulator. These adapter fittings are included in your kit, as well as 2 other types of adapter fittings that are covered in another video. Here's the return line that goes from here all the way back to the selector valve fitting as well. As you can see, we shortened up the wiring harness for the IPR. So this right here is pretty much the cleanest way to install one of our kits.